Those members present were Jim Stowe, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, Henry County Clerk. At 8:58 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The agenda was approved as presented. The minutes from the Thursday, April 10th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. The minutes from the closed session, Thursday, April 10th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Larson made a motion to approve the closed minutes. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures for the following were approved to be paid: buildings and grounds, law enforcement, GR, prosecuting attorney, general county government, elections, payroll, employee benefits, assessor, road and bridge, inmate security fund, LEPC, admin handling costs, emergency management. Commissioners received a phone call from a constituent regarding SB 190. After receiving a letter from Jenny Hudson, treasurer of Springfield Township, Commissioner Larson made a motion to accept the resignation of Kenny Mills and Ron Terry from the Springfield Township Board and to appoint David Sandifer and Jeff Close to the board. Commissioner Bradley seconded. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. Commissioner Larson shared research he had done on Senate Bill 190. He believes that even if an entity raises its levy, that the tax will still be froze. He thinks that it should go to a vote of the people. If the commission adopts Senate Bill 190 as opposed to the voters voting it in, there could be lawsuits, financial issues, and the chance that new commissioners could rescind the freeze. If it goes to a vote of the people, it would take a vote of the people to change it, and it could affect all entities instead of just the ones that the county is in charge of. At 10 a.m., commissioners held a bid opening for bridge beams. The first bid was from T&W Steel, a total of $13,780.80 or $3,445.20 each. No channel was bid, only beams did not meet bid specs. The second bid was from Dam Steel, equals a total of $35,770. The third bid was from Warrenton Steel, a total of $46,740. The fourth bid was from Alro Steel, a total of $32,950.34, included a fuel surcharge. The fifth bid was from VBrock, a total of $32,145.55. T&W Steel did not meet the bid specs, so their bid was not considered. Dennis stated that he wanted to make sure that the bid would be locked in, as we can't get them until July or August. Christian Ferris, VBrock Sales, was asked if the price was locked in. He stated he wanted to double check to make sure that it would be frozen. After review of the bids, Commissioner Bradley made a motion to accept the low bid of $32,145.55 from VBrock Sales of Sedalia, Missouri. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. Dennis shared that they completed the project on Northeast 500 Road in Honey Creek Township as requested by Commissioner Larson. Commissioner Bradley asked if Dennis would do a ride-along with him in Osage Special Township. A date and time will be determined. Dennis shared that he believes the agreement with MoDOT that was discussed last week was no different than the agreements with the Corps of Engineers that the commission did not want to do. He also stated that if the commission works out a deal with MoDOT, that the Road and Bridge Department would not do approaches on numbered highways. Jacob Erdman introduced himself to commissioners. He started an engineering company here in Henry County and wanted to promote his business. At 10:35 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to go into closed session via RSMO 610-021-3 to conduct interviews. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. At 11:03 a.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to end closed session. Commissioner Bradley seconded the motion. Motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson, yes. Bradley, yes. Stone, yes. At 11:07 a.m., Commissioner Bradley made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion, and the motion carried.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah. Whistle won't do it. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to approve minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. You have a page printed?
I'm gonna see if the printer will let me print the closed session minutes. It says connecting to printer.
Well, that's a good sign.
I may just dump these to you real quick so you have them so you can look at them to approve them.
Okay.
If you guys are good with that.
Yep.
Because I can delete them afterwards. So I'm not doing anything.
Nothing's lit up.
I love that printer.
Hey, maybe it's not even off.
See, is it plugged in? The other day it wasn't even plugged in.
Yeah, I unplugged it. Here you go. Here's the closed commission.
Let's turn it on. What do you think?
Closed session minutes. I just sent to you in chat so you guys can look at them to approve them.
I think it would be easier to turn them on. Richard found it.
Yeah, but it's blinking and saying you can't print, so.
Oh, crap.
I sent them to you, they're right there on your teams.
Or,
Maybe you didn't fix my printer yet back here, huh?
The team's chat.
I got it, Teams. Oh, the chat.
Yeah, you've already got it. Now you just gotta go
Yeah,
to
your
that one.
files.
Just keeps telling me to turn it off.
No, this one.
Yep.
Fix
Kelly.
itself.
Got it, got it.
It's
Okay.
use.
Y'all have a chance?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the closed session minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay.
And let's go
Morning.
through.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will print those when I go down so you can stamp them after a while.
Okay.
This is the Casinger email that I sent yesterday.
Oh, yes. I'll look that up. It went up $700 and some dollars. Last year it went up $600. It went up, but the population went up to 850. Do you see that? Did y'all look at that?
I haven't had a chance to yet.
It's case in.
Kelly, do you want this so you can make copies?
Yep,
Yep.
thank you. Don't miss any of those, Jim. Don't miss any of those, we'll have to call you back.
When I get back.
We both missed it, that's what's crazy.
Hey, it's easy to do. We used to talk Rick. I get that messed up.
I watered my flowers last night, so you can thank me for the rain
Well,
later.
thank you. You're watering me in. Give me a little more. Yeah,
I didn't even know it was supposed to rain last night.
it didn't rain much. Didn't rain much. Yeah, you got your shelf back there.
I've been looking. I just haven't found one that I love yet. Well, I'm trying to find one that's light wood color
Mhm.
to match all the wood in
Match it.
here.
Mhm.
Everything that I found that I've liked has been white or black, and I don't.
Oh, it's hard to find.
It's not hard, just locally it's hard to find.
Yeah.
If we go through with this casing or thing, I already have a
Yep.
resolution typed up.
Do you?
Yeah, so,
Okay.
just FYI.
On the
You guys are
casing?
ready to move on that.
Okay.
course, I'll have to print it downstairs.
You haven't found the printer yet, have you?
Been a little preoccupied.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
those things get done. I don't know what's wrong with that one back there.
I don't know.
It keeps telling me it needs to turn itself off.
And you mess with a little one like that. You see, it's good for just once in a while. We're gonna use it.
No, we don't use it that much up here.
Well, that's it.
No.
Well, we're getting where now we use it every meeting.
Sure.
Cause it's handy just print my page
Yeah, it
and be
is.
done.
That was the plan, but that's why I left
Oh,
it on the plug.
sorry, Jim.
Oh, oh,
That's my collection of papers all the time.
okay. Okay. You already got it filled out.
I have it all typed up and ready to go if then
Yeah.
you guys
All right.
do it. Like I said, I'll have to bring it downstairs. Except for
Have
the
y'all had a chance
appointment.
to look at Case Singer deal? What'd y'all think?
Something we normally have to do, right?
This is a little different than the other, but we did go with that last year on just all the counties, surrounding counties. That's what they all went with, a lot of them. And for the economic development too.
What's the benefit of that?
Well, this, they get, there's some money, grant money or stuff that they pick up on that, plus they get a lot of extra, well, it gives them an extra check mark when they're wanting something done. The city or the towns. So. But then this is on our county membership here, the dues deal. That's really has nothing to do. This, all we gotta do is just adopt it and sign it. Cause this is a resolution for membership.
Yeah.
What's the casing or board? Are you the one that's appointed on that, Jim?
Yeah.
So you're on there. When does
I'm
that
the
appointment
treasurer.
usually get made? That's why I'm wondering if this
It was-
resolution isn't to renew that appointment
Oh.
as well, because that's in the resolution itself.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just curious.
They don't say anything about it.
Tradesies. Oh, hold on. You want these too? These are road and bridge cell phone reimbursement. We just did them last week, but we never got the memo that it was supposed to go up. It was supposed to
Oh.
be more money. And so Amy and I paid what we used to pay, and then Dennis come back and said, no, when we budgeted, they approved to raise that. So that's the difference between,
Hey, Kelly.
yes.
What's this? Jim had it sitting over there, handed it over to me.
It was laying
Someone
there on top
called.
of my paper.
With issues?
Not it, I didn't do this.
Okay.
This is from 2019.
That's what I was confused about.
I know where that come from. Is that from Charlie?
Oh, I bet it is.
Charlie's deal.
Oh.
Maybe, but it's Deepwater, not Davis, but it talks about the new culverts and,
Charlie.
I don't know. I haven't,
That's what it was.
I've never seen that document.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, all right, this one, because it'd be resolved, the commissioners. And then I'm there, and then we have to test it,
Okay.
and then we sign. Yeah, that's for me on the case here, that's what that is, because I'm treasurer right now, so. Whatever I want to do. Got more checks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, they had another road
I
agreement.
don't
I guess
care.
they don't.
Anyway, whatever y'all want to do. I think it should be.
This is where we go with the meetings and we're involved in it, right?
Well, this is on the case here. And then you got the TAC. And TAC, you're on there because of the business part of it. He's on the Quad Lakes, what we started. Now we can change that now if we want it. I don't care. It doesn't
I don't know
bother
the
me
benefit
either
of going to a different one or not without having a little bit more into it, you know?
Yeah.
Cause I just figured y'all need a little time, gotta know whether you,
What?
cause I want you to go.
I would like to know what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
right now
then you
it's-
know, and then we can change it anytime. We'll just ask for it. I've done that too. So, anyway.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's
I
fine.
think it's something you guys can look at and decide maybe next week. I don't think it has to be done today if you want to.
No, I'm just gonna get. Okay. We'll wait till next week. That'd be better. for
You
me.
all got the email, right? I forwarded that to you.
Hmm?
The email that has the cover letter and from Casinger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. I think all of us did on that.
I'll just hold on to that until you guys are ready.
Okay. We'll try to do it next Tuesday
Sure.
or something. Okay.
That'll just give you a little more
Anything
time
else
to
on
look
Senior
into it.
Bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything?
No. So, yeah.
Okay, Mike?
Right there.
Alright, so we all just attended the hearing up in Harrisonville about the Chapter 100 agreement that the majority of the residents don't want. And we believe was done in bad faith. I mean, that's what this is gonna be about, of course. Both Jim Stone and Jake Bradley are fighting the residents of Henry County while using our taxpayers' money to pay the shady attorney Ivan Schrager. Mark Larson is the only commissioner in this body fighting for the people of Henry County. So, the hearing didn't really get into the merits of the case on Tuesday, as we know. It was more about addressing the frivolous motions that you guys as lawyer keeps on making. You know, to try to drag this out, waste everyone's money. So, before I go any farther, I just want to do a quick recap of how we're already at this place, how we got here. Just over a year ago, the residents of Henry County first discovered the deal that was being negotiated by our previous commissioners with the solar panel company. Those negotiations were taking place for more than 5 years before most anyone was even made aware of. That was intentional. Once the discovery was made, the majority of residents quickly opposed the Chapter 100 agreement that was being negotiated. And because the majority of residents supported ousting the two, and because of that, the majority of residents supported ousting the two commissioners that were up for election. Jim Stone, you weren't up for election, but I'm sure most likely you would have been ousted too because of it. Mark Larson, you ran on a platform against the solar farm Chapter 100 agreement and was very bold about stating your positions. Jake Bradley, on the other hand, you ran from a position of ambiguity and confusion, not wanting to make your positions known. In my opinion, which many in the community agree on, is Jake Bradley, you took advantage of Dale Lawler's unpopularity due to the Chapter 100 issue, only to take the same positions that he had in the end. It's pretty underhanded of you. Mark Larson and Jake Bradley won by a mile because of the issue of wanting our commissioners to oppose the Chapter 100 tax abatement. Unfortunately, and unbeknownst to the residents of Henry County, Jake Bradley was meeting with representatives of the solar panel company starting in September, long before he was even sworn in. He admitted to more than a dozen of these interactions with the solar panel company and only first admitted them in March of this year. That's correct, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, you did tell the community on multiple occasions that you only first started looking into the issue after taking office in January.
I was doing research prior to that.
So you lied to us. You
I
made
don't
false
feel I
statements.
lied to you, but if you think I did, I do apologize about that. That wasn't my intentions.
Obviously, as we all know, those statements were false. Since taking office, it comes at no surprise that all of Jake Bradley's decisions have been in the full support of the solar panel company's objectives. In his full support of them, he at first made multiple statements to shield his intentions, multiple false statements to shield his intentions, but after much pressure, you finally told everybody you're for the Chapter 100 and helping the solar panel companies along. Correct?
No. I voted this way for the best part for the county. I didn't say I was for it.
So did I leave anything out?
No, I don't feel so.
Okay. Jake, because of your decisions, we as a community now find ourselves in the middle of a lawsuit in which over 100 residents of Henry County who are representing the majority are being fought by your attorney that you and Jim Stone hired, and you are directing. Think about it. One of our commissioners who was voted in to stop this madness is now wasting tens of thousands of dollars to fight the people who voted him in on this very issue. It's clear that after this last hearing, that Jake Bradley's lawyer wants to make frivolous motion after motion to rake in all the money he can while Jake approves each and every one of those taxpayer dollars. Jake, will you please tell the taxpayers of Henry County just how much money are you willing to spend on this?
I don't have the slightest idea. I don't know what the money has been escalated up to already. I don't have the slightest idea.
So as a commissioner, you're not paying attention to the finances of this community?
I'm trying to.
So tell us, how much money have you spent so far fighting the residents on this issue?
I can't answer that one. I don't know the answer to it.
And you have no idea how much you're willing to
Just
spend? Jim,
Yes,
how much are you willing to spend on this?
no comment.
No comment.
That's right.
You don't want to tell the residents of Henry
No,
County how much money
Because
you're
we
willing to
haven't
spend?
told the residents the whole truth about a lot of things.
You told the residents the whole truth
I'm
about a
not
lot
going
of
there.
things.
It's in litigation. I said that when we started.
No, this isn't in litigation, how
Yes,
much
it
money
is.
you're willing to spend. How much money are you willing to spend?
I don't want to get overly carried away with it by any means.
What does that mean to you?
I honestly don't know, bud.
Because the farther you go, the more money you're spending.
I agree.
So when are you going to stop spending that money?
Hopefully we get to an answer pretty quick.
Well, we could get to that answer a lot quicker if you stop fighting this and side it with Mark Larson.
Possibly. I don't know.
So let me go on. Jake, I approached you after the hearing and informed you that you decide with the majority. Oh, I'm sorry. Jake, I approached you after the hearing and informed you that if you decided today to side with the majority of your constituents and vote with Mark Larson to stop fighting this lawsuit, we could save the taxpayers a lot of money. And knowing that, the attorney for the solar company, they're still going to pursue it. And that's on their dollar. This will still allow the judge to rule on if the Chapter 100 agreement was done in good faith. That ruling will ensure that the county could not be sued or liable for the contracts being dismissed.
Okay.
Now, your lawyer, Ivan, has lied to you on this issue. He has told you, and you told me, that you believe if you don't fight it, you're gonna be sued by the solar panel company.
I'm afraid we're gonna be sued by somebody, yes. I don't know if it's gonna be a solar company or not. I'm guessing whoever's wanting their money is gonna be wanting their money. And
But you
looking to
do
get it.
know, once the judge, if he makes a ruling that this was done in bad faith, that will clear the county from being sued for that stuff.
Yeah, I feel you're right.
Okay, so why won't you just drop fighting this so that you don't waste any more of the taxpayers' money?
Well, I'm afraid if we drop it, it opens us up for lawsuits. So I
No,
almost
no.
feel it's gotta
If
go.
you
No, I
drop
feel it's
it-
almost gotta go forward.
And who told you that that's the case?
I haven't asked anybody. That's just my feelings.
That's just.
But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna find out the answer to it.
Okay, if you no longer have to be worried about being sued over this, the county, will you then side with Mark Larson?
I won't answer that because I don't know. I need to look more into that.
No,
Yeah.
look more into which part.
Every bit of it.
You've already looked into it. You've been.
Well, no,
meeting
not
with
on
solar
the
panel
whether or
company.
not we dropped the lawsuit and recovered or if we continued on kind of thing. I will look more into that and
Okay,
Go
if
forward.
we're not liable for any lawsuit from the solar panel company at that point, will you side with Mark?
I won't answer that question right now. Because I don't know the answer to it yet.
So that brings
That's my
us
honest
back to the,
opinion.
the main question. Are you for the Chapter 100 or against it?
I'm for whatever's best for the county.
Explain to us how you feel the Chapter 100 agreement is best for the county.
Well, it's either gonna cost you money or you can receive money. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. But I'll find out more on the cost of money.
But in your own words, without using what Ivan's told you to say in the past, because you always,
Ivan hasn't told me to say anything.
you always use the canned response, I'm just gonna do what's best for the county.
That is that's my
Okay.
feeling.
So, everything up till now, you have done in favor of the Chapter 100 and the solar panel company. Explain how that's best for the county.
Like I said, we either take money or we pay out a bunch of money. That's,
How are we paying out a bunch of money?
if we get sued, which I'm gonna look into it.
Okay, aside from being sued, if that's not a problem, what is the benefit of the Chapter 100 and going along with the solar panel company?
We still collect money. All the money comes back
What
to our
money?
county.
What money?
That's the
Lure
pilot program.
taxes,
Yeah.
pilot,
Well,
and
how
lure
much is that?
taxes.
1.2 million
And
for
how
the
is
first
that-
year.
How will that impact the community in a good way?
Well, if we don't receive it and it all goes, if they pay in, it goes to
But where does
Jeff
that money,
City,
where does
and
that
then
money
they
go?
decide where the money goes. We don't get to decide.
Where does that money go that you're talking about, the 1.1 million?
That goes to Davis Township.
Davis and Walker Township right now.
Okay, it goes to
The
Davis
largest
Township. How
amount,
much goes to
yes.
Davis of that 1.1?
I don't remember the exact number.
Well, the school gets 700 and some thousand, I think, something like that. It's in that, it's
Yeah, I had
in the
You do
chapter 100.
realize-
If you look at
I
page
know, but you
180,
realize-
if you look at shape,
600.
starting with.
Okay,
But
but you
it's all in
realize
there.
that the
I'm
school
sorry.
doesn't,
I know what school.
Jake, you
Yeah.
realize the
Yeah.
school doesn't add 700,000 to their budget.
Right.
That actually comes away from them what they previously got.
They can start lowering their levies.
So how does that benefit the community as a whole?
Cheaper taxes?
So you're gonna lower their taxes?
I can't, but they can decide to lower their taxes.
Okay, so do you realize that during this last election, that down there in Walker Township, the people who are affected the most by this, the people who are impacted the most, you do realize that every person they had, every candidate that they had was voted for overwhelmingly, the people that were against the Chapter 100. Are you concerned about doing what the vast majority of your constituents want?
Again, I am doing what's best for the county, what I feel is best for the county, and that's
But
what
the
I'm sticking with.
But the people that have the closest impact to this are totally against it.
Probably landowners is the ones got the biggest impact of the whole deal.
Why are you pushing?
They're,
Why are you pushing this on people who don't want it?
I feel bad for them, but there is an entire county to look look after. That is the purpose of our job, and that is what I'm trying to do. The entire county. Not just the south, not just one area.
How does this
Entire
impact the entire county, aside from Davis and Walker then?
Money's money. If you start losing it, you don't have things. That's where we're gonna be at.
But how does that money impact the rest of the county?
Kind of feel I just answered that. If we don't have the money, we can't operate the rest of the
You said
county.
the majority of that money's going down there to Davis area. So how does that affect the rest of the county?
Well, I mean, if we don't get sued and don't have to pay out a bunch of money,
But no, we've already
Right.
said aside from the suing, because we've already established that wouldn't be an issue.
fair enough, fair enough.
So how does it impact the rest of the county?
I don't have an answer for you on that right yet.
So you are making decisions based on what's best for the county, but you don't have an answer to how
I'm
it
trying to do
benefits
the best
county?
I can. I really am.
I think you're in over your head, Jake.
Maybe I
You
am.
don't prepare for these meetings. You don't prepare on the decisions you make. You make decisions without knowing the impact of the county. And you sit there and tell me, I don't know. I haven't looked into that.
I told you I will look into it though.
But you've already made decisions that impacted the county.
And
you're still spending and willing to spend tens of thousands of dollars to fight this.
Either way I go, it all looks bad. To
No,
you
it
guys.
doesn't.
No, to you guys, any way I go is
The
going to look bad. And
majority of this
I'm trying
county
to do the
wants
best I can.
You to stop fighting this.
We're
So
going to do
how
what
do you
feels
look
right.
at it?
We're going to try to do what feels right.
You don't know how it impacts the county, but you're gonna go along with what feels right.
Sure. If that's how you're going to take it.
No, that's
Sure.
how you're giving it.
Well, you've asked me conflicting questions of going back and forth. I don't know.
all right.
I'm
We're
So-
gonna have to close it out.
I mean, this
I-
is getting
You
deep.
went through
I actually have
more
one.
than 5 minutes.
Okay, I actually have one more question.
Go for it.
Well,
Okay,
ask.
this came from a
Yeah.
community member.
Yeah.
I just got this email to me this morning, and they knew I was coming
Yeah.
out here. They said, at Tuesday's hearing, the county attorney, your attorney, argued that Henry County citizens involved in the lawsuit should be forced to prove their solvency by turning over private financial documents, tax returns, bank statements, debt to worth ratios, and more. Do you, Jake Bradley, as an elected representative of the people, truly support this kind of government overreach, forcing citizens to be financially strip searched just for standing up for their rights?
If that's about the lawsuit, I'm not going to talk about that. So,
No, you are directing
It's-
the lawyer to do this.
and
So
I just answered your question. I'm not going to answer it because it has to do with the lawsuit.
it actually doesn't have to do with the lawsuit. This has to do
Yes.
with a community member asking you how you're directing the lawyer to
If
fight
that's what
against
the
us
lawyers feel
citizens.
like they need, we're going to go with it.
If the
Mike,
lawyer feels.
it'll be in court.
Wait,
Let's
wait,
move
I just
on
want to
down.
highlight this. He
We're
just said
done.
if the lawyer
Aye.
feels like that's what he needs to do to win, that's what he's gonna go along
No, not to
with.
win,
Well-
but if that's something that they feel they need, they're going to do.
Isn't that his objective, to win?
Meeting's over.
Hey,
That's what matters, Jim.
I want to
Deputy
tell you, when
Gibbs
I
too.
was
Anyway,
working
it's-
over there with the school
We're done.
board, when we had
Alright.
200 citizens in an auditorium fighting the COVID mandates,
Mm-hmm.
somebody stood up and said, "Why don't we boycott their businesses?" And I stood up and said, "You know what? That's not right. We don't go personal. We don't attack people in a personal way like that, go after their
Fair
personal issues." But you, on the other hand, are okay with the lawyer doing that to us, the residents.
I don't know what's needed going forward.
Okay,
for
can you
them,
make a
so
statement here that you are against that and you will direct the lawyer not to do
I
that?
will not do that. I don't know what the lawyer needs.
Because I can tell you people are already talking out there. They're saying,
Trust me, I've heard it.
no, they're saying they want to do the same kind of thing and start looking at your personal finances and start unraveling your personal issues. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's how, I don't believe that's how political issues should be dealt with. But if
Appreciate
you
that.
go down that road, Jake, you're opening that door to those people, and I'm gonna have a hard time condemning them when you're doing it to them. Is that?
Sorry.
Can you tell us right now that you're not willing to do that? Can you say it loud enough for them to hear?
No, I'm not, because I don't know what the lawyers need. Okay?
Judge is the one that's gonna rule on it. That's where it's at right now.
So,
He's gonna rule on
That's-
that, on everything to be
that's
Jim,
done.
are you
got.
okay with this?
I wasn't okay with any of it, as far as I'm concerned, chapter 100, the things that
You weren't okay with
your
any of it?
attorney was saying wasn't in the chapter 100. I came back and looked. If they looked on page 180, that was the first document.
That's what I'm
emailed off.
talking.
I'm talking about what, that's a
Jim, you
benefit
talk
to
in
the
circles and
county.
never land the plane.
No,
What
and
I'm
I'm-
trying to get at.
All right,
Are you
I'm
okay
done
with?
talking.
Are you okay
I'm
with
done
getting into the
talking.
personal financial records?
I'm done
of
talking,
people in
let's
our
go ahead
community?
and move ahead. I'm sorry, we're gonna close this conversation because that's none of our business.
Jake's okay with it. Are you okay
It's
with
none
it?
of our business.
You direct the lawyer.
And we're not, that is not where it's going. But
You
anyway,
do-
I'm
You
sorry,
direct the lawyer, correct?
we're done, we're done. I'm sorry, I've spent all the time on this we need to do today. If you wanna talk, you can go to court and we'll talk, I don't care. If that's the case, you need to get up and go up there and you can be the attorney. You go over there and take over your attorney's position and handle it. I'm sure the judge he'll say, yep, you're a member of the bar, you can go ahead and do it. But we're not attorneys, and I'm not. I know you're not. I don't think you are. Maybe you got your law degree. But I don't have any knowledge about any of that. It's all state statute or statute driven because the whole deal was a statute, well, back in the 1800s that was formed. Well, that's all fell through, went all the way through, and the judge even remarked there, but that's beside the point. It's if you all don't think we done it in good faith, I really have problems with that because I really think I've done what's the best thing for Henry County. It's just like any one of us. And I would hope if you're in any position, if that will help the county and bring more businesses in and do everything. And right now, just like here, some of the things there, to me, I can't help it. I'm not a great fan
Okay.
of solar,
You-
but guess what?
you-
I would love, just like here, if the power plant could be operating, it'd be operating today, but it's not. They closed it down. So therefore, it'd be and I don't like windmills, and that's another case,
Hey.
and that's a
All
possibility.
right, let's
but
bring the plane back
we
down
got,
for a second.
hey,
And
we
you
gotta
said-
get to where we're going right now.
You said you wanna do
You're
it-
the one that filed
You
the
said you want to
lawsuit.
do what's best for the county. Is it best for the county to try to silence and intimidate the residents
No.
by
The
threatening
county
to
is
say, we're gonna look
trying,
at every single tax document
You
you've
don't-
ever had?
never mind.
Your
You-
bank account records? Is that okay with you?
No.
It's
Don't.
not okay.
you can go. I'm
Let me-
done,
let
I'm
me-
done
Yeah,
talking.
Mark, I just want to ask
Well,
Mark.
we're done.
Let me interject something here, because I want to make sure this is on the record. Everybody knows, but I'm going to say it again. I do not agree with any of this at all. This should have never gotten to the point that it is right now. We took a vote. It was 2-1, you and me, wanted to bring this back. we were lied to, and I'll say it straight up, we were lied to. We were told that it was a statute, the reason we couldn't. Then we were told that it was court rulings, which I'm not even sure what that is. And then magically, when I told our attorney that I was calling the Attorney General to find out, because I didn't believe him. I mean, I will admit, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm also not stupid. He magically sent me back an email, which I have, and anybody is more than welcome to look at it, that he sent back an email stating that he could not withdraw the plaintiff's, and I stress the word plaintiff's, lawsuit. We sat right here. All three of us knew what we were asking him to do. He was covering his ass. Plain and simple, that's what he was doing because he knew he could get in trouble and be brought in front of the board.
Jake, do
He
you agree
knew.
with that?
You do
You're
agree with
Mark.
it because you sat right here with me and you knew it. So however you want to approach it, Jake, is up to you. I don't care, guys. I'm
Just
just
go ahead and
telling.
finish talking.
Well, I will finish, but I'm going to finish my way.
Yeah.
So then, and I know Jake was concerned that, yeah, maybe we are doing something wrong. I get it. I totally 100% understand that. But it sure was strange that I got that email with him saying something completely different from what we were asking for. And I will tell you, I don't know because I'm not you, but I think that's what made you change your mind, and I'm good with it. I am.
And completely different from what he
Right.
told you in the closed
Right.
door meetings.
Right. Well, that closed
Well,
doors.
and the
yeah,
ones
yeah,
that
that you had.
received,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. But for me, guys, we're sitting up here, and I don't think it's sunk into everybody's mind, or maybe I'm just off. Maybe it's me. I work for the county, but to me, the county is not this building. I'm sorry, it's not. It's all you people when you go home. That's what the county is. Don't ever think it's not, because that is exactly what it is. This building did not elect you guys, didn't elect you, didn't elect you. It's the people. If you're going to do something for the betterment of the county, you better understand who the county is first and foremost, because it's not the building, it's not emergency management, it's not the collector, it's not the commissioners, it's not the sheriff, it's the people. And for some reason, I can't get this through quite a few people's head, because that is what it is. You can say what you want, but the bottom line is, run for an office and see if this building sends you a vote, because I'm pretty sure they're not. If you're going to sit in any of these chairs, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing with you, Aaron. You're going to sit in your chair and you're going to be a sheriff. You're going to do what the people want. You're going to do what the law requires. That is your job. No different. Rick, you're the collector. You're going to make sure that you collect everything that you're supposed to the way the law requires for the people to be able to operate this. It's a business. We are to govern, and we're to govern for the people. Not for a solar company, not for some other business out here, not for anybody. For the people, they come first and foremost. And it's not, unfortunately, that's the beauty of this, is we are a republic. We are not a democracy. I want to get that out there real quick, because apparently some people think we're a democracy. We're not. We're a republic. If you've got 50 people that like and think that the solar is a great thing, this Chapter 100 is a great thing, so be it. But if you got 10,000 that think that it's not, guess which way I'm going? Because I'm for the people. I'm not for a few individuals. For me, I know you guys said you get 1.2 million. My question, I mean, now that we got what we got going on with this fly ash, hell, Davis Township could be closed. Davis School could be closed. Now what are we going to do with it? We're going to send it to some of the other schools. We're going to decide we're going to send it to them, and the county's going to get what, $100,000? We just talked about buying a road grader. 300,000? Boy, $100,000 just doesn't seem like a whole lot of money, does it anymore? I mean, you need to look long term. I mean, we found out we've got contracts with Beavertail, with Ranger, and do you think there's not a reason that people split up a company and put it into subsidiaries? Do you think it's just because, oh, I think it sounds like a great idea? It's to cover their ass. Anybody with any common sense that's ever run a business knows that. I mean, that's pretty stinking simple. Why didn't we just sign a road agreement and a guarantee and a bond and all this stuff with one person? Somebody explain that to me. Do you know, Jim? Do you know? You don't know, so don't even bother telling me. I know you don't know. Rick, do you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you don't know either. Yeah. Guys, how about if from here on out, when we get ready to do something, we do our due diligence and find out the impact things are going to have on this county? Instead of saying, hey, Dennis, you got a great business. We're going to let you operate here. Could you do an impact study for us? And we take his and go with it?
Was there
I mean,
a financial
they-
impact survey done?
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there
but
was.
a financial impact study?
Cost analysis,
There was a
Yes,
couple.
cost
Who did it?
analysis.
Who did it?
Security Bank out of Kansas City.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking
Who
about
did they-
the
who
impact
hired them?
on the community.
Gilmore and Bell did it.
Who hired him?
Gilmore and Bill.
And who do they work for?
County.
Was it done?
That's the
for
first I've heard of
impact
it. Yes.
The financial impact for all the people in the county, for the people who
It
use the
was a
business?
cost benefit analysis.
Yes.
No, not a cost benefit, a
That's
financial
what was
impact
Fine.
on the
Yes.
community.
Did they do it? Did they do
They did a
like it?
cost benefit analysis.
So that's not the same thing.
That's what they did, that's what they was paid to do.
Did it factor in, like, the elevator losing money because farms aren't gonna be producing things? Did it do that?
That was not part of the study.
That was not part of it, so that's not the financial impact study. So
Did-
Jim, was that done?
No.
No.
Was there a study
We
done
done
on the
what we're
land
supposed
of
to
what would
do.
happen with the land? Did they do an agriculture or any kind of thing like that at all?
Not that I'm-
No.
So
Okay.
this contract was done in bad faith. That's what the lawsuit's
This is
about.
this is.
Jake, please
Let's
get on
just let
board.
the lawyers take care of it
Yeah.
and let's move on so we can
No,
handle
the
business.
lawyers don't take care of
Jake,
it. You
this
guys
is
direct the
business.
lawyer.
This is business.
And
This
we
is
haven't been
our
able
business.
to
We
move
haven't
on
done
to our
anything.
next subject in our meeting because of this, and we're not going anywhere. We're just spinning in the mud.
What's more important than you wasting tens of thousands of dollars of the community's money?
No, you're right, and I don't want
I-
to waste that kind of money.
I have one question, and Kelly, I'm going to ask you this. Can you, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble because I've already been accused of throwing stuff out there, which I would love to address also. Can you tell us what we've paid so far on that? I mean, is there a figure that we have paid him?
Yeah, we can look it up in the budget and see what we've paid to
Is-
the attorney.
is-
If
Is that
it's-
public?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
That is public.
Yeah,
I would, I mean, I don't want to put you on the
No.
spot.
It's on there.
I mean,
it's fine, I just have to get it from a report downstairs.
would you be willing to do that, please?
Does he bill you?
Because I'd like to know
weekly or
myself. I
monthly?
mean, I'm at a point here, guys, you know, spend $1 to save a dime.
You guys gotta also look, never mind, I should've.
No, Dennis, hey, look, you know what?
I
You
work
work
for, I work for the county.
I know
gotta
you
keep
do,
my
but you
mouth
know,
shut.
but you know what? You are also a citizen,
I gotta
and
keep my
you're,
mouth
you're,
shut, or I'm
you're,
gonna piss you off.
you won't piss me off. Guys, I got thick skin. It's gonna take a whole lot to piss me off.
Bottom line boils down to, these farmers are the ones that went and signed up their land. They're looking out for them.
Right?
This is about the chapter 100.
And I agree.
Not
I agree.
allowing them on this.
That's fine,
No,
this chapter
that
100,
isn't-
I think, is a good deal. Because you get less, when the solar panels are in here right now, they might be valued at $1.3 million. But 5 years from now, them solar panels might only be valued at 800,000, where we're getting 1.2 now, and it's gonna grow every year. So in the long run, we're actually gonna make money off of
But
it.
you're conflating the chapter 100 agreement doesn't
Provided,
keep them from getting it or not getting it.
provided, Dennis, what you're saying makes 100% sense. Provided they keep getting subsidies to operate. Because nobody sitting in here can name one that is operational without subsidies. Nobody. 26%, I don't care what anybody tells you, I don't care what Ranger Power tells you. I can show you facts. They get 26% out of what they say that they are going to produce. 26%. So whatever they told you you're going to get, you better cut that number down. And that's if we don't get a tornado that comes through here and tears them up, or any other type of scenario like that. And we got glass shards all over this county that we've already got a contamination issue. What are we gonna do when that happens? You gonna pay somebody to go out and pick them up?
I don't think.
I get, you know what, guys? I've said this from day one, and everybody came at me that, oh, it's personal property rights, personal property. I don't care what you do on your farm. I could not give a rip. As long as what you're doing does not create a problem for me living next door. Because your personal property rights stop at your property. Period. That's it.
And I asked Jim Stone if he had negotiated anything for the people who were affected by it, that lived in the middle of it, all around it, and you said you didn't, Jim.
I mean,
Why didn't you do that for those people?
Yeah,
That's going to the township.
No.
People, and that goes
Their
down
property
there.
values have gone to crap because of this. What
Well,
did
that's
you do?
fly
to
ash.
That's fly ash now.
No.
That's
Well, yeah, but we
People
turned
do
our
not
back
wanna
for
live
10
beside
years
a
on
lot of
fly
people.
ash. Nobody wanted to say a damn thing about
Jim
that. So we
Stone
don't want to go
and
down that route.
And Rick even said, I wouldn't want to live by that. I wouldn't want to be next door to
Well,
it. They
no,
said that at
nobody
the
does.
meeting. And you
Nobody
didn't do
wants-
anything for those
If my
people.
brother-in-law wanted to put them right across the road from me, I couldn't say nothing to him about it.
No, but
It
you
wouldn't-
like it, huh?
But you, as the
And I
commissioner,
wouldn't
it's your
say-
responsibility to negotiate on the behalf of those people. You didn't do that.
I'm supposed to get money for somebody that,
Yes,
and the
that's
people that
called
own
negotiation.
800,000 acres there, should they get the same amount as what the person that next to them?
They should be negotiated by the commissioner. They should have the commissioner negotiate on their behalf to help them get whatever they could. Did you do that?
No,
Why?
The county has no business
we don't.
being involved
We don't
in
have
any
any
of this.
jurisdiction on people on
You
the
have
farms.
jurisdiction
They
when you
don't
did that
call,
negotiation.
if they're gonna rent their ground to somebody, they don't call us and say, hey, we're gonna rent it to so-and-so this next year. Is that okay? No, we don't even know about it until it's done. And then they lease it out. And I can't help it. That's when it came to us.
Jim, I'm going to
We've
say what
already-
everybody
they've
knows
already
here.
leased it.
You are talking in circles
I'm
and
not
not
talking.
addressing the point. Why
I-
didn't you negotiate on their behalf?
Really thought we was.
You told me you didn't negotiate on their
Rick,
behalf.
did we not think we was doing the best thing for all the community?
Rick, did you guys negotiate on behalf of the people affected right beside it?
They negotiated on the pilot.
I'm saying for the people whose property values go down who do not have a contract with the solar company, did you negotiate on their behalf?
No, we'll see if the property goes down.
No, but did you negotiate on their behalf?
No, we had no jurisdiction.
And remember
Most of the time.
at the first public meeting, you said, no, I wouldn't want those beside my property, remember?
I said in a meeting here.
No, you said it in the
I
meeting.
did not say.
It was
at the
it was repeated by somebody that he had said it. He didn't say it specifically.
Okay, but that is your feelings.
That is, I wouldn't wanna live behind a Walmart, I wouldn't wanna live
Okay.
beside McDonald's, I wouldn't wanna live in a lot of.
That's
different
right.
places.
I wouldn't
you
wanna
guys
live
are
in
doing
town.
to those people what you wouldn't wanna have done to
Would you want some, anyway,
Okay, just
we
to
need to
let-
move on.
okay, just to let you guys know, I'm
Can we
gonna
go ahead?
request
We're
copies
going,
of
that's
the payments to the lawyer. And each time I get those payment, copies, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna let everyone know and question you. Again, how much money are you willing to spend? We're gonna keep that dollar amount in the front of everyone in this community.
I'll put it this way, wait, let's back up. All right, how much have y'all paid your attorney?
You know
Same
what?
question,
That's private
Jim
money, not
Stone?
taxpayer dollars.
huh?
Jim Stone,
Private money's not
Okay.
that.
I am using
Okay.
my personal
Okay.
money. You're
And-
using all of our money.
And I'll tell you what.
Do you not know the difference?
Will you listen?
No, do you not know the
Will you
difference?
listen just a minute? We paid $10,000 if I remember right.
I don't
10,000
know off the
something.
top of my head.
I looked at the checks when they come through.
I think 15.
Well,
I
I
think it's
kinda-
around 15 is
Is
what I'm
it?
thinking
Okay, then
it
it's
is at this
15.
point.
15,000, we
I
haven't even
haven't
really started yet.
Part of that was the yearly deal, I think. wasn't it?
No, that would have been
Okay.
separate.
That'd been last year.
So
Okay.
your bottom line is.
Okay. All right,
I've dealt with enough.
So how much are
lawyers.
you willing to
You're gonna
spend?
drop over
100,000,
50. It'll be well
200,000?
over 50.
I'm kinda like Aaron.
Tell the community.
I'm not gonna comment, I don't know. It's just like right now. That
I
part
know
of
how
it-
much I'm willing to spend for our lawyer, and that's my own money.
Okay.
It's very easy for him not to have a number because he's spending our money, all of our money. So he just throws it out,
If this, if
doesn't have a
this,
care in the world about it.
if
And
this
Jake, you're right
continues-
there with him. Right there with
All
him.
right.
I will put this out there. If this continues in the way that it is, it will be well over 50 to 75,000 before it ever gets to
The
the
trial.
trial.
Go.
I'm just
I know
telling
Are you
where
willing to
it's
spend
going.
that much,
There's
Jake?
not a
That's
doubt
where
in my mind.
everything's going.
Are you
But
willing
anyway.
to spend that much?
You need to talk,
Not willing to answer that
you need to
question
get
yet.
your attorneys in and get it handled if that's the case. I
No,
can't
this-
help it.
This is
Listen,
a public matter that is dealt with here.
no,
not with
it's
our
a
attorneys.
public, we're not the public.
The
We're not
residents want to
everybody
know
here.
how much you're willing to spend.
I don't know yet.
I can't talk for everybody, and I can't. I don't think you can either.
I'm
Wherever
talking
resident-
I can.
the vast
I
majority.
can.
And
Personally, I'm done. I don't want to spend another dime. I don't.
All right,
I'm of the mind, if everybody, this
Yeah.
is personal rights and personal property, and I don't want you getting involved in mine, then let's,
Yeah.
county, step back, let them deal. Let them worry about the roads. Let them worry about if things go south, getting it taken care of. It's personal property. Let the people do, if you want to, I mean, that'd be like me leasing something to Dennis and asking the county to come along and help me stand good for it, or help them stand good for it.
that's exactly.
Why
what's
would I do that? This picking and choosing, guys. Last time I checked, that gets real close to socialism. I mean, it really does, and I'm not a big fan of that at all.
all
The
right.
government needs to stay in their lane, run this government, run however we do, whatever money comes in, we work with it. Rick, like I told you before, I give you credit. You have done an amazing job when you set where Kelly has. You really did. But the bottom line is this government, this county needs to be run on the money that we have and make it work. Two things, like I said, you two right here are the two most important people in this county. Seriously. What you do is the two most important. Law enforcement, interstate commerce. Interstate commerce means your roads, your bridges. That is where the money in this county needs to be put the most, and you go from there. The gimme programs, man, I love helping people, you know. I mean, I will help people. I mean, you could ask around, there's a lot of people that will tell you that. But that's not government's job. Government's job starts with you two and works its way out. That's the reason county government was set up. Anybody, all you gotta do is look it up. It's right there in black and white. It's not something I'm just pulling out of the blue. You learn to run on the money that you get. Period. Anything else is extra.
Okay. And I'll agree to,
15,831.89.
Thank you.
How much was that?
15,831.89.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, thank you.
okay. Aaron, sorry.
I'm in no rush.
Huh?
I'm in no rush. We have trials up here always. I'll go next, but.
All right.
You're next. Because we're going into closed session.
I shared with you guys,
Sweet.
the email from Aaron that has the information that he's gonna get over.
Yeah.
We're trying to go less paper around here, so that's why.
Yeah, that's why I emailed that, is less things I have to print out.
Yeah. So,
Long story short, we've been working on this for a couple of months, but the company is OCB LLC, and they operate the sherifapp.com. They are primarily, they started at, I want to say, in like Arkansas, and now they're starting to branch out. So they specialize, obviously, the sherifapp.com is the business name, so they specialize in law enforcement and specifically sheriff's offices. The reason I say that is sheriff's offices have jails, police departments don't. So one of their app, a lot of their app features are specific to sheriff's offices. So one of the most common things we hear so far is, when are we going to be able to see who you have in jail, which is our inmate roster. It's integrated into our old website. We shut that website down. It was primarily hosted overseas. So we just shut it down when we came on board. So we have not had that for 6 months. So the citizens are ready to get that. Obviously, why it's taken us so long to even get to this point is I think it's safe to say that we overshare. We share a lot of stuff that we don't need to, but we like to. Just so everybody sees what we're doing, knows what we're doing, and we're not hiding anything. So one of the things with the Sheriff app, what brings us here today, they do have a sole source feature, and they're a sole source provider, which is that letter that you guys have, and it details the reasons why. And it's the apps that they have in there, so specifically it talks about VineLink. It is a requirement by law, victim notification. We have other means of doing that, but they're not super friendly. This would streamline that feature. So a little bit about the website. We have a website and an app, a mobile app. This company does them both. The Vine feature, if Joe Schmo is in jail, and I'm the victim of Joe Schmo being in jail, usually domestic or anything for that matter, but I can sign up for any notifications to do with John Smith there in jail. So if he is released, or he or she is released, or has a court date, it notifies me by text message or email, whatever I put into the system. So that's one of the big features about this. There's a sex offender integration with the Iowa Patrol. So on our app, we say app because they're all the same. The app and the website is the same thing. Some people don't want to use apps, but when we put into one database, it will upload to all of them. So you just input one thing, like a press release, it'll go to the app, the website, and our Facebook. It's all integrated. So sex offenders, you can go on the map of Henry County. You can see where all the sex offenders are, just in case you want to know who's in the area, or if you're moving to our area, you can search that. There's a whole lot of features on this thing. I know our EMA has a system. This has unlimited push notifications as well. So just the other day, we had a guy run on us again. We're getting more active, so people are running. We have to eat less donuts, but so we can push those out immediately. It goes to your phone because it's integrated in the app, so it's a push notification to your phone, and it's a push notification to our Facebook and our website. So those are just like a few of the things that this process does. So today, and I'm glad Rick's here because I had to call Rick on this and Kelly, because I've done sole source before, but every county is a little different, and I just wanted to know what you guys expect, because obviously what we do here is moving forward. I'll do the same. I don't try to side scoop statute or anything. So the way I read the statute is if there's a sole source, the board would, or the commissioners would vote on it. I don't like to sign any contracts without you guys knowing about it anyway. This one is $15,500, which is over that $12,000 threshold anyway for a single purchase. So we would need the sole source or an RFP. And my understanding on the sole source, if it's approved today, we would still post it in the paper, kind of like a notification that this is a sole source provider, but we could still go with them. Several things just for, I guess, clarification. So this whole system is $15,500 for the first year. That includes some first-time fees. The custom app, it's called a custom app, and then the other one's a Connect app. If you guys seen those, so the Connect app is cheaper. It's like a copy and paste is the easiest way to explain that. A custom app, or the Connect app, sorry. You would have to go download the Sheriff Net, and then you'd have to go inside theirs and download the Henry County Sheriff's Office app. And then there's 6 buttons. Most wanted is one. Forgot to talk about that. That's important. We don't have a way of doing that right now. We have several absconders and several people running from us right now. We would love to highlight who they are, where they're at, put their face out there. You can do that in this app too. So, and then every year thereafter, it's $8,500. So the $8,500 is like the yearly maintenance fees, licensing fees, and everything like that. That won't change. The $8,500. To give you some context, because we did look at some other companies. I won't mention the name, but we got a quote from another company. They are well known in law enforcement. They've done it for many years. Their one-time fee was a little over $15,500 just for the fee. That's not the actual system. And then the systems alone for like sex offender integration is like $3,500. Sex offender, there is no Vine. This company's the only one that has the Vine. So everything you added to the app and website was an additional fee. So the $15,500 is just to start out for this other company. So this one's by far cheaper and it offers a whole lot of varieties. The only other thing I'd say is nobody's done with this company, but we broke it down into quarterly payments instead of, long story short, just like you guys, we didn't budget for this. We're trying to make the best we can do, but starting our own website, we've looked at that with Chuck. Yes, we can do it, but it won't have any integrations to it. It's just a plain Jane Facebook page, website page, and we can throw things to it. Applications obviously are very in-depth, and then when you start adding integrations, you can't just build that. So, yeah, it's kind of where we're at with it today.
Okay.
I don't know. Any questions? We've tried to do some research. We've been doing this for 4 or 5 months. I can tell you the citizens are tired of us researching this. We get calls constantly. I get it, because they don't know who's in our jail, and they don't have a way to communicate through that. We use Facebook for everything, and it gets old. It has its place, but it's not for an official deal. Cool. I don't know, any questions about, I'd love to share anything else that you guys have questions on the app or website, the company itself. I have some examples on my phone. I went and downloaded some of the other counties too, to give you a preface of what it looks like. But, yeah. So I guess our next move is, would be to vote to approve this, which would mean that I could sign the contract with them. So it's a 3-year contract. The first year is 15, the next is 8. Obviously, our plan would be in January to add the 8,500 to our budget, and that way it's budgeted for. The current 5,000 we would split. It's not currently budgeted for, I should say, but there are line items for computer software. Software. We would take half out of there, and we would take half out of the detention center side. A lot of this stuff has to be directly to the jail.
Okay.
Jackie absolutely loves it. We're going to input our jail's a huge operation. You got 100 people in there, 55 employees, but our phone systems, all of that stuff, we can integrate into this app. So now a loved one or family friends can go to our website or our app and then learn about our system, or they can sign up to sign up for our systems instead of coming in or calling. They can do everything on here. Civil process, all of that stuff. Hopefully in the future, our policies and procedures, like we're going to put everything on. Very, very open-minded with this. So, everything you want to add to that, or Kelly?
You're not going to stop doing it to the deputy, are you?
No.
Okay.
No. So somebody got us the other day, and I showed it on Facebook, but we opened the box and it was veggies. That was dirty.
That's what silence for the sheriff.
The sheriff. I do enjoy carrots, but the next day they brought in 3 dozen to make up for that. I don't eat donuts often, and for some reason that day I was like, you know what? This is the day, and I opened the box. And I was like, I don't eat them all the time. That was dirty. Well done.
Okay.
I'll answer anything you guys may have. It's all new for me too.
Have any
You need to make a
questions?
motion?
So it sounds like you got the finances figured out to where
Are we
it's
gonna
not
be all right
hinder
with
It's
his
all in the
budget?
documents that, I just zipped them back to you. He has a cost breakdown on one of those that's the chart.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, so he has it broke down, he's got it figured out.
That was our biggest, we can afford 15,005, we can't. 'Cause- and I tell the staff that all the time. A, this is just one thing. We're gonna continuously get hit with things. Now, right now, we're working on body cameras. It's like, we don't have a line item for that, because the way the system was, but we can't keep pushing out money. At some point, we have to take the breaks and step back and just work, and that's what we're
Yeah.
doing. But communicating with the public is huge. That's why we're gonna put this one on the top burners. The rest of it will kind of fall through. But, anyway, that's why we did that. Obviously, the contract would be for April now,
April,
next
April.
year, so that'll up too, because the last quarter payment will be in next year's budget too. So.
I'm with Mark. Is that something we gotta make a motion on?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll make a
It's
motion.
contract.
Could we approve it?
Second.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded to sign up, what's it called?
OVC LLC, the sherifapp.com.
There you go.
And I'll work with you.
That being
on
said,
something
and
that we-
voice roll call.
Yes, Mark? Yes.
Okay,
Jake, yes.
Jim, yes.
Perfect. You guys have any questions on operation wise? We have a lot rolling, but we don't mind sharing. I always like to share those monthly things. We're working on it. We have a jury trial upstairs again this week. We had one last week.
Yes.
Guilty verdict on that one. So really busy. We always have 4 to 5 deputies up here during jury trials for obvious reasons. So we only have 3 assigned up here, so we had 2 from the road. So we pulled in from the road, our admin that come up here. Both 3 admins are up here today. So lots going on. Obviously, we post all of our arrests and stuff on Facebook. Had 2 stolen vehicles the other day, and one of them took off on foot, but we got 2 in custody, and then one took off in the woods, and we were not able to find them. Kudos to our detective who walked about 3 miles to try to find that guy. So kudos to him. I was in the car. I should have been curious. It's a long ways to run.
Somebody's got to handle the radio.
I was walking.
Where'd you walk in?
I didn't get the.
You didn't get set in the car?
But I can say this, Tahoe was really cool on the way back. It's like a SWAT vehicle. They can get a few of us up there on the rails, so.
It worked good too. So. Speaking of vehicles, we're starting to dab into that. We've waited 4 months for one of our dealerships to get the used vehicles in. So they're in and we're working with them. And then we got the Highway Patrol specs. They have several SUVs, Ford Explorers, and some trucks actually.
Oh.
They're pretty well priced. So we've
Okay.
bought them from the Highway Patrol for many years.
Yeah.
So we're working with those 2. Hopefully by the end of the week, we'll get that narrowed down. We'll be able to
Okay.
buy some more used vehicles.
Might tell them about your tablets.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for Jim for coming over. I didn't realize that all these signatories on this are old, so it had Judge Journey, and he was the only valid one. Well, you're on there. I knew you wouldn't answer if I called you. Smile, it's all right.
Yeah.
You're up next.
I'm gonna send Mark next.
So yeah, we got fortunate. We only have a couple of 4 to 5 tablets in our car, or computers in our cars, and I always share that these are the tablets you buy, computers you buy from Walmart. They're just your regular computers, and we mount those in our patrol cars. So to say that they get beat up is an understatement. And we just have a bulk of the staff that don't have them. So that's on our list for grants. That's a down the road thing. We have an immediate 3, 5, and 10-year plan for the office. Computers is on like the 3-year plan. So we got a call yesterday from Chuck, and thank goodness for him. He says, hey, you may want to call Highway Patrol. They're surplus. They finally turned over their old computers, laptops, and they're getting new, which is where we get our cars. So we called down there, and sure enough, they had 300 and something of them. So we bought all of them. Just kidding. Good response, though. So yes, we bought 50 of them. We have 28, 50, right? I think so.
Yeah,
50.
200, 10,000.
So we have 28 patrol cars altogether. So that will upfit those, and then we will use the rest for parts in case one breaks down. So just to give you a gist, the Highway Patrol sold them to us for $200 to everybody. And then the used one of these computers is $3,600 for used. And I Googled it, sure enough, Amazon, $3,600.
Wow.
And then new was $5,800. So $200 is great, and then even to buy the surplus, so if one breaks down, like not replaceable, breaks down, we'll just replace it or use it for parts. So this should last us several years.
That's great.
And it's the cheapest way we outfitted our entire fleet with this, so
Yep.
it's good stuff.
Good deal.
We also purchased one for Road and Bridge,
Huh?
Yes,
so that Dennis can have, like you guys do.
Yeah.
That's good.
absolutely.
I was asking Dennis, we knew how to use one.
Are they bigger than ours?
I'm gonna have to have an IT guy.
Same
Give you
time.
a price for it. So we got mounts for them too, $100. They were a couple $100.
For in the cars?
Used,
Yeah.
yes, so we can mount them in the cars. So
Yep.
that'd be huge for our staff. We're getting really active. So being able just to search somebody in the cars, especially on a traffic stop, and put our racial profiling stuff, type of report, very many things we do on it. So really cool stuff.
When he says we, he's included in that. He just had a really big, narcotics bust himself the other day on a traffic stop.
Maybe
Sheriff out there getting work, so.
Typical admin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to go down a long story, but we were in another meeting, city hall meeting, and we signed a contract, did everything. If he was there with me, so he was like, I gotta be like a cop. Can I go hit the streets and you finish the rest of the meeting? He was like, oh yeah, sure. So 5 minutes, pull over a car, and we get over 15 grams of meth. So I was like, well, that'll teach me to stay in the meeting.
And cutting loose every once in a while.
Paperwork.
Good stuff. The guy, individual may have been out selling stuff in our Windsor community, so we
Yeah.
have him with him to
good.
distribute.
Good deal.
I have a
Take all
question
that.
for you. Jackie called me yesterday about clothes and using opioid money, which we've done before. No big
Yeah.
whoop-de-doo, whatever, we got fine. And she was concerned about the Defender that you guys was up here. She asked me if we were gonna use opioid money for that, and I said, yeah,
Yes.
that's the impression I was under. She was under the impression that you did not think we were going to do that, so if you haven't talked to Jackie about that,
I have been talking.
okay. She was really concerned when she
Yes,
called yesterday. She said, I think there must have been some bad communication, and I.
No, we told her, what we told her is we're not a fan of asking for a lot of things.
Right.
So I understand we've always bought gloves out of there.
Right.
We just spent $40,000
Yeah.
for this Defender, which is amazing for the drug arrest we just had too.
Okay.
But I don't want to keep asking for things.
Sure, no, that's fine, she just
Like
didn't
if it's
think.
fine
that
with
we-
everybody, it's fine. But
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of asking
There was
for too
some
much.
miscommunication there, she was really concerned, so I wanna make sure you.
I'll talk to her. Cool. Yeah, that's really good stuff all the way across the board. We got another 24-hour hold last night. We got 2 burglary suspects. They were burglarizing a place in Deepwater, and we caught them red-handed, got them in custody, and
Wow.
did a 24 on them. And we had at the same time we had some more arrests.
We also had a burglary on Division and
Oh, yeah,
a lot
that's
of the
it.
follow-ups and that led to that car being recovered up in the city, so
Yeah.
a lot of good things going.
We've been
Yeah.
sharing, we have some more things coming down the pike about, well, it's kind of like in that Blue Shield that we signed.
Yeah.
About electronics and stuff.
Mhm.
Not that we're about to ask for any money. Really good electronic type stuff on investigations. So we used that on this 18 highway burglary. Stole a farm truck and a side-by-side and some other things. We were able to obviously get a plate off that car. And we were able to run it through databases on a statewide network, and we were able to track some of those cars' movements. So that kind of told us where they were headed and where they're at, which has led us to Independence. So really cool stuff out there. I know not everybody's a fan of, people call it Big Brother. It's not. This is a closed system network for law enforcement, but it pays off and it is solving crime rates very rapidly. It helped us with this one, which is mind-boggling that we can do it. So. Pretty cool. We got them in custody, and they ran from Independence and crashed, and the owner needed the truck back. We're still working the case, but
Yeah.
it's good stuff. Our
Good.
crime
Okay.
solvability is going up
All right.
anyway, and we're really trying. That's all I can say. So.
Great.
Cool. All right. Appreciate you
great.
guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thanks, guys.
On this.
Say what?
Anything else before we head out on this?
No, I think you're good. I'll look and see if we have something about sole source in the computer, I'm gonna email it to you.
Yeah.
And you can.
I'll do. I'll research it too. Yeah, sounds good. Awesome.
Hey, guys.
Thank you. How are you?
Hey,
All right.
got to visit you.
Well, it's all right. Take it easy on them.
Well,
They can only handle so much.
they got a lot to come.
I know.
They just don't know it.
All right, I'll be back at so.
Okay.
Mark, you wanna go next?
Yeah, I only got two things, I'm easy. Test
All right.
results, the final results will be back the week after next,
Week after.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And then somebody dropped off some signs in my office downstairs for handicap signs.
A what?
How many do we need made?
Talk to Chris.
Chris? Okay.
See, I didn't hear you.
He's got
What'd
the
you say?
I
layout.
got my answer. We're
Somebody
good.
dropped him off handicap
He's got the layout.
for the handicap, he's gotta make it.
Oh,
That's all I got.
that's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Now me?
Yep.
First of all, I wanna, apologize to you guys because from 7:30 to 4, I'm a county employee and I need to keep my mouth shut on some things. But, I apologize for saying my 2 cents earlier. This here is a, soft match application that I've just completed. We're still in the process of sending it off and stuff. But as you read down through there, the county engineering cost was $8,000, the county labor cost was $21,395. Equipment cost was $33,339. Materials cost was $54,953 for a total project cost of $117,688.52. We request from Soft Match 80% of that, which is gonna bring back into our Soft Match budget of $94,115.81. If you guys are okay with this, I need a motion or whatever to have Jim sign it.
You need to change something on that. If that's gonna be the BY, not BUY.
Do what?
BY instead of BUY.
Oh. That's what I get for copying and pasting.
Reprint. We haven't got a printer.
That's okay, I'll go back and change it on my computer and bring the original down for you to sign if you guys make a motion for him to sign it, or whatever you guys gotta do.
This is our one we've done, right?
It's one we done up on 1501, it's
Okay.
completed and everything, it just takes me a little while to get the paperwork done, because I gotta wait for all the invoices to come in and get paid before I can get
Yeah.
everything submitted. It usually takes a month or 2.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve Jim to sign it. Is that
Yep.
worded well enough?
Yep.
A second.
Motion been made and seconded. Let me sign,
Revised copy.
We're going
Soft
to
match.
apply for
apply for a soft
credit.
match credit for bridge number 0370031.
As soon as I get the typo fixed, I'll bring it down and have you sign it.
What, you said 1501 Road in what township?
It'd be Bogart Township, it'd be northwest.
May have to bring it tonight.
Do what?
You may have to bring it tonight, unless.
That's fine, I can bring it tonight.
I gotta go to the city as soon as I get out of here.
That's fine, I can bring it tonight.
All right.
And that's at 6 o'clock over here at the Rotary Building.
Yep.
Okay. Next thing is, I'd like to go into closed session to discuss the applicants.
Okay. I'll make a motion to go to closed session.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded to discuss applicants' resumes. Voice roll call, Mark.
Yes.
Jake, yes.
Jim, yes. Sorry.
Here.